So this one time I was at Wendy's with my brother Jordan and my friend Beth, and I was talking to Jordan about how I've kind of sunken into a depression, and I don't really have a desire to do much of anything, and I don't really have interest in anything. And he was giving me advice about what he did when he felt like that. He told me that in his darkest time, he discovered barbershop music, and that reinvented his passion for things in general, and he had something to look forward to and a desire to do that, and it sparked interest in things again. And so that was his way of doing something new and finding a desire again when he felt like I do. And so he told me right there on the spot, he said, "Jess, you need to start something new. You should start vlogging." And then he said, "I just said that because I can't think of anything else, but that's actually a really good idea." And at first I was like, no, I don't know what to say. I don't do anything fun. But he told me that it would be a way to just get out my thoughts and my feelings. And even if it's boring and seems silly, it'll be a good thing for me, and it'll be something that I can do with my friends, and I can have a desire to do and an interest, and I'll enjoy it. And so he said just starting something new will be good. And so here I am, standing in my dorm room, starting to vlog. So here goes nothing. Don't really have a plan, but we'll see what happens. So here we go. I think what I'll do is kind of give you a background of what I've been experiencing and what has been going on with me. Recently went through a breakup with a boyfriend of over a year, and it hurt a lot, but the thing that hurt the most was that before he broke up with me, he was kind of gone for about a month, and he was with me just so he wouldn't have to be by himself. The only thing we ever fought about was him talking to other girls, and I never put my foot down about it, and I never did that because I was scared of this, and I knew that I wasn't going to be okay because I had invested too much into that relationship, and it wasn't healthy. And so he would talk to other girls and flirt with other girls. Finally, he decided what he wanted, and then he used me to comfort him for about a month around our 1 year, a little bit before our 1 year anniversary had started, and he told me that he was really depressed about his family and school and all this stuff, and I comforted him through that because I understand, because depression is really prevalent in my family, and my brother Jordan has been through a lot of it, so I know it's real, and I wanted to be there for him because I loved him. And so I was there for him, and I cared for him, and I did everything I could for him, even though he wasn't treating me right. But we both knew it was because of the depression, and that once he got better, he would be okay, and we would be okay, and we'd get married, and we'd all be fine. We'd just grow from this. And then one weekend, he was away with a school trip, and I got a text from one of my friends that said he had been FaceTiming with one of the girls that I felt threatened by, and so I tried to not talk about it that day, but I couldn't help it, and we started fighting. He FaceTimed me, and we started fighting, and he got really defensive and then flipped it around that he was still depressed and that he had nothing going for him and all this stuff like he normally did to defend himself. And I fell for it, and that Sunday when he got back, I brought my Bible outside, and we met on a swing, and we were going to pray, and we were going to get through that depression. And we were going to blame all of our relationship troubles on it, and we were going to move from it. We were going to be stronger, and I was just going to let him walk on me some more. And so that's what I decided. And he told me that he didn't want to break up, that it was my decision. And at that moment, I was okay with feeling like crap, because I didn't want to feel like this. And so I let him treat me however he wanted. And so then from there, we stayed together a few more days. And then on that Wednesday, he wrote me a note and broke up with me and blamed everything on me, that I caused so much stress because I didn't trust him. And he was so depressed over our relationship because he couldn't do anything without me being threatened, and it was all my fault, and that he just couldn't stand to be with me because of all of that. And I believed him, and I begged him to talk to me, and I begged him to take me back, and I apologized to the girls that I felt threatened by, because I thought they would think I was the crazy girlfriend, and they would think lowly of me. That night, I went home with my parents and stayed at home, and my mom brought me back for chapel in the morning and stayed with me. But that night, I got a text from him, and I was already asleep, so I didn't see it until Thursday morning. That night, I got a text from him, and he was like, "Jess, are you awake? I need to talk to you." And I wasn't, so I didn't reply. And he also texted my mom and was like, "Wake Jessalyn up, I need to talk to her," but she was asleep too. So then the next day, I asked him over text. I was like, what do you want? And he told me that it was not my fault, and that he was wrong in the way he talked to these girls, and that he treated me poorly, and that I had every right to be mad and frustrated and threatened. And it caught me off guard, and I didn't really know what to do, because I had convinced myself of so much, and he had convinced me of so much, that I was just confused and tired and scared, and I didn't really know what to think. And that day, he was like, "I'm really messed up. I now see what all I'll lose if I lose you for good, and I don't want to lose that." And he told me that no one understands him like I do, and that I make him happy, and all this stuff. And he asked me if I'd go out with him that weekend, but I was so confused and scared that I said I need time. And then all of that went away, and we talked in person that night, and he held my hands and hugged me and said, I looked at him and I said, "Do you want to work this out and fix it, or do you want to move on?" And he said, "I want to fix it." And he looked me in the eyes, and so I said, "Okay." And then none of it was true. And 12 days later, he's with this new girlfriend, and it was one of the girls that I felt threatened by, that he convinced me that there was nothing there. Wow, I'm a mess. And so, from there, I don't think that my depressed state has started just from that. I think that it's something I've struggled with for a really long time, but I think after I lost him, and the way that I lost him, I think I just gave up, and I wasn't gonna fight it anymore. And so my grades dropped, my weight dropped, my desires disappeared, My room got really messy and dirty. My smile was gone. My desire to get out of my bed, gone. I didn't feel like a person, and I didn't think I could do anything right, and I just got really numb and didn't do much of anything, and I still don't really. I'm really good at covering up what I'm feeling, and I can smile and laugh with my friends whenever I want to, whenever I need to. And they've been really great, and I've realized that I have some of the best friends that I could ever ask for, and family, and they've been really supportive, and they love me and care for me deeply, but that doesn't take away the pain that I've experienced and I still experience. And so I went to the doctor and I got referred to our counselor here on campus, and they gave me antidepressants, and I feel like everything's just falling apart, and I hate that I let one boy spark this in me, because I've always thought of myself as independent and reliant on myself, not other people, because I've had a lot of people leave. But he promised me he would never be like that, and he would never leave, and he would never hurt me, and he didn't want to be associated with the people that hurt me, and he hated those people that hurt me, but he turned out to be the one that hurt me most of all. Most people don't know how bad off I am because I can cover it up, and I have been covering it up really well, I might add, something I do well. So that's where I am. Don't feel like a functioning person sometimes, and sometimes I'm not a functioning person. I just sit and think, and so I've been writing in the journal that Beth got me, and it's been really good, but I think I'll share some of my entries with you. I'm not really sure yet. I don't really know what I feel comfortable saying, and I've probably already said too much. I'm having a really hard time, and so I'm gonna use this vlog thing as a way to get everything out, and I hope that I can do that, and I hope that it's a good thing for me. So what day is it? It's Tuesday, the 10th, November 10th, and so this is my first vlog, and it's just an introduction, background, cried on my first vlog, but so there's where I am. This is what I'm doing, November 10th. Probably do one of these every day, maybe, and I'll have my friends in it, and it'll be fun. So yeah, so I'll see you next time.